Long before kingdoms were at peace, a lonely boy lived deep in the mountains among a pack of wolves. Having grown up without human parents, he learned to survive by hunting, protecting his family, and trusting only nature. Everyone who entered the forest feared him, calling him the mysterious wolf boy. One day, a cheerful and fearless young girl named Ma Zhai Xing wandered into the forest while chasing after a rare creature. She accidentally fell from a cliff and was surrounded by dangerous wolves. Just as she thought she would die, the wolf boy appeared and scared the wolves away. Although he looked wild and spoke very little, his kind heart immediately caught Zhai Xing's attention. She thanked him with a smile, something no one had ever done before. At first, the wolf boy stayed away from her, believing humans only brought pain. But Zhai Xing refused to fear him. She visited him every day, bringing food, teaching him simple words, and showing him what friendship felt like. Slowly, the lonely wolf boy began to trust another human for the first time. They explored the forest together, laughed, climbed trees, and watched the stars. Before long, their innocent friendship quietly turned into first love. However, happiness never lasts long. The villagers soon discovered the existence of the wolf boy. Believing he was a dangerous monster, they organized a hunt to kill him. Zhai Xing desperately tried to protect him, but the soldiers surrounded the forest from every direction. To save her life, the wolf boy lured the hunters away from her. During the chase, he fell from a steep cliff into the raging river below. Everyone believed he had died. Zhai Xing cried endlessly, refusing to believe her only friend was gone forever. She blamed herself for bringing humans into his peaceful world. But fate had other plans. The injured wolf boy survived the fall and was secretly rescued by the ruthless prince of Bo Kingdom. Seeing the boy's incredible fighting instincts, the prince decided to raise him as his adopted son and transform him into the perfect warrior. The prince gave him a new identity, Bo Wang. Years passed. The innocent wolf boy disappeared, replaced by a cold, powerful prince feared across the land. Under years of harsh training, endless battles, and cruel lessons, Bo Wang learned that kindness was weakness and emotions only brought suffering. Meanwhile, Zhai Xing also grew into a brave and intelligent young woman. Although many believed she had forgotten her childhood love, she secretly carried memories of the wolf boy everywhere she went, hoping that one day they would meet again. Destiny finally reunited them during a royal mission. The moment Zhai Xing saw Bo Wang, her heart immediately recognized him despite his royal clothes and emotionless expression. She whispered, "Wolf boy." But Bo Wang stared at her with cold eyes as though they had never met before. Even though his face remained expressionless, deep inside, forgotten memories began to awaken. The little girl who once taught him love had returned. Yet the prince who saved his life had one command: never let your emotions control you. Bo Wang stood between his past and his duty, while Zhai Xing refused to give up on the boy she once loved. Their reunion marked the beginning of a heartbreaking romance filled with betrayal, sacrifice, war, and impossible choices. Although Bo Wang acted as if he had never met Zhai Xing, he secretly followed her whenever he could. Every smile, every word, and every familiar habit reminded him of the little girl who once saved his lonely heart. Zhai Xing refused to believe the kind wolf boy had completely disappeared. She tried everything to awaken his memories, but Bo Wang always pushed her away. He warned her to stay out of his life because getting close to him would only bring danger. Unknown to Zhai Xing, Bo Wang was constantly protecting her from the shadows. Whenever assassins targeted her, he eliminated them before they could strike. He would rather let her hate him than let her die. As political tensions grew, kingdoms prepared for war. Bo Wang was ordered to lead dangerous missions for the ruthless prince who had raised him. Every order forced him to hurt innocent people, leaving him trapped between loyalty and his own conscience. Meanwhile, Zhai Xing uncovered a shocking truth. She realized that Bo Wang was not willingly serving the cruel prince. He was being manipulated and treated like a weapon instead of a son. Determined to save him, she repeatedly risked her own life to stand by his side. One night, while escaping from enemies, the two found shelter in an abandoned cabin. For the first time in years, they were alone together. Zhai Xing gently asked, "Do you really not remember me?" Bo Wang remained silent. She began telling stories about the forest, the wolves, and the days they spent together. Tears filled her eyes as she described the promise they once made beneath the stars. Suddenly, memories flashed through Bo Wang's mind, the little girl laughing, the forest, and the warmth he had buried for years. Unable to control his emotions, he grabbed her hand tightly. "I remember." Those two words changed everything. The cold prince finally admitted he had never forgotten her. He had only hidden his feelings because everyone close to him ended up suffering. Their love was rekindled, but happiness lasted only a short time. The ruthless prince soon discovered Bo Wang's feelings for Zhai Xing. Knowing she was his greatest weakness, he ordered soldiers to capture her and threatened to execute her if Bo Wang ever disobeyed him. To protect the woman he loved, Bo Wang made a heartbreaking decision. He pretended to betray Zhai Xing in front of everyone, speaking cruel words and pushing her away once again. Zhai Xing was devastated. She couldn't understand why the man who had just confessed his love suddenly became cold again. But secretly, Bo Wang had already made up his mind. If sacrificing his own happiness was the only way to keep Zhai Xing alive, he would gladly endure her hatred forever. As war spread across the kingdoms, both lovers found themselves standing on opposite sides of the battlefield. One fought for duty. The other fought for justice. Neither realized that an even greater tragedy was waiting for them, one that would test whether love alone could survive the cruelty of fate. War spread across the kingdoms, turning former friends into enemies. Bo Wang became the strongest general under the ruthless prince, while Zhai Xing joined the resistance, determined to stop the suffering of innocent people. Every battle forced the lovers to face each other across the battlefield. Although their swords clashed, neither of them could bring themselves to deliver the final blow. The prince soon realized Bo Wang's heart still belonged to Zhai Xing. Furious, he ordered his soldiers to kill her the next time they met. When the opportunity came, Bo Wang ignored the command and secretly helped Zhai Xing escape. His betrayal confirmed what everyone suspected: his loyalty had begun to crumble because of love. The prince immediately branded Bo Wang a traitor. Hunted by his own army, Bo Wang fled with Zhai Xing into the mountains where they had first met as children. Returning to the forest awakened memories he had buried for years. The wolves even recognized him and surrounded the couple, not as enemies, but as family. For a brief moment, they found peace. They dreamed of leaving the endless wars behind and living together far away from power, revenge, and bloodshed. But their happiness was short-lived. The prince's soldiers tracked them down and launched a surprise attack. During the fierce battle, Zhai Xing was seriously wounded while protecting Bo Wang. Holding her in his arms, Bo Wang finally broke down. The fearless warrior who had never shed tears cried helplessly, blaming himself for every pain she had suffered. Determined to end the prince's tyranny once and for all, Bo Wang decided to confront him directly. The final battle began. Bo Wang fought with everything he had, facing countless soldiers before finally reaching the prince. Their fierce duel shook the palace, and years of anger, betrayal, and manipulation exploded into one final confrontation. Although Bo Wang defeated the prince, he was also gravely injured. At the same time, Zhai Xing rushed to the battlefield to find him. She discovered him covered in blood but still alive. The two embraced, believing the nightmare was finally over. However, hidden enemies launched one last attack. Seeing the danger, Zhai Xing threw herself in front of Bo Wang, taking the fatal blow meant for him. Bo Wang caught her as she collapsed into his arms. With tears streaming down his face, he begged her to stay awake. Zhai Xing smiled weakly and reminded him of the promise they made as children, that no matter how cruel fate became, they would always find each other. As her strength faded, Bo Wang realized the woman who had given him love, hope, and humanity was slipping away. Refusing to lose her, he held her tightly while desperately searching for a way to save her. Their heartbreaking fate would be decided in the final chapter. Bo Wang held the dying Zhai Xing tightly in his arms, refusing to believe that fate would separate them again. Desperately calling her name, he begged her not to leave him. Seeing his tears, Zhai Xing gently smiled and told him that meeting him had been the greatest blessing of her life. She reminded him of the little wolf boy she met in the forest years ago, the innocent boy who taught her courage and kindness. She whispered that although the world had changed him into a warrior, his heart had always remained pure. With her final strength, she reached up and touched his face one last time before slowly closing her eyes. Bo Wang screamed in agony as the love of his life died in his embrace. For days, he refused to leave her side. The fearless warrior who had defeated countless enemies could not accept losing the only person who truly loved him. The wolves gathered around them as if mourning with their former leader. After giving Zhai Xing a peaceful burial in the forest where they first met, Bo Wang returned to finish what they had started. Inspired by her sacrifice, many kingdoms united to overthrow the remaining corrupt officials who had caused years of war. The cruel prince's reign finally came to an end, and peace slowly returned to the land. People remembered Zhai Xing as a brave woman who sacrificed everything to protect those she loved. Although the war was over, Bo Wang never forgot her. He often visited the forest, sitting beneath the same tree where they once laughed together as children. Every breeze reminded him of her voice, and every full moon reminded him of the promises they had made. Years later, people often saw a lone warrior wandering through the mountains with a pack of wolves following behind him. Some believed he was searching for the memory of his lost love. Others believed he was protecting the peaceful world that Zhai Xing had dreamed of. Before leaving the forest one final time, Bo Wang looked toward the sky and smiled. He whispered, "If there is another life, I will find you first, and this time, I will never let you go." The story ends with the forest glowing in the sunset, symbolizing that although their love ended in tragedy, it would live forever in their hearts.